Hey there. Hey, it's Lorraine from Simple Healing Arts, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. It's been a couple of weeks, so I wanted to pop in here. And to be honest, I almost didn't. Um, Sometimes you get into a routine of not being in a routine, and it's just sometimes easy to do other things. But I thought I've got to stay committed, and here I am. And I think, you know what? I think the last few times I've done lives, I've said that I didn't feel like doing it, but I'm here, and it might make me sound like, oh, you never want to be here. But yeah, just trying to be real and realistic, right? Because um, that's life sometimes. You commit to something, whether it's this or not, but there's a shift and there's a rhythm to things. And sometimes you just can't stick to something consistently month after month after month. It's not always realistic. And it doesn't mean to get into perfection mode and go, oh, well, you missed a few, so why bother trying to get back into it? You just have to honor where you are, right? So if you're here, say hello, let me know. I think the chat is working. I mean, who knows? It's been so long. But yeah, it's interesting. I just joined this group about, the Myers-Briggs test. I think it is. I never get the alphabet right. IRIJF, whatever. I don't even remember what it is. Mostly introverted people. You take that test and it tells you, your main traits and stuff like that. Hey, Christina, good to see you. Hi, Sabrina. Um, yeah, you do those tests and they kind of tell you what your personality is, and you read through it and you're like, oh my God, that's me. Oh my God, that's totally me. But then, I've joined this group, like just a free Facebook group, and it's like people get so stuck on the label. And in the instant of being an introvert, a lot of introverts think that, they're broken, and that's a bad thing, and you got to get over it, and oh, I shouldn't be this way, or just self-judgment. And it's, to be quite honest, it's ridiculous. It kind of pisses me off. It's great to know traits about yourself that you thought were quirky and weird, and oh my God, nobody else is like that. And then you find a whole group of people who are exactly like that too, with other little things that we're all different still. We're all unique, but there's like main traits that are the same. And you're just like, thank goodness it's not just me. But then you have this whole group of people who all think that they're broken and that there's some flaw in who you are. And it's like, hello, you belong to this big, huge group of people. How can that be a flaw? How can that be something wrong? It is what it is. And you have to allow for, everyone to have their own little personality and their own little way of doing things, and yet still have that running theme. Do you know what I'm talking about? Right? Like, oh, I'm really introverted, and, I could go days without talking with anybody, and we talk ourselves into that because I'm like that, yes, but not all the time. I do go through bouts where I kind of crawl under a rock, as I like to call it. But I definitely have moments of being extroverted. Like, I mean, even here being on this live, I feel more extroverted just by being here talking to you, right? Oh, Marnie's here. Hi, Marnie. Good to see you. So I think in the description I put how to get to know yourself better. And I think the first thing is, if you're really curious about your personality trait or anything that kind of puts you in a pigeonhole, go online, Google how to do the personality test, and kind of get an idea of who you are. But don't let a computer tell you who you are. Let it guide you into some area of understanding on a psychological level, maybe, of what some of the things you think are weird or no one else is like. Actually, it explains it, right? You could go under a rock right now, Marnie. Well, I'm glad you're here. Take me under the rock with you. It's okay to find out those little traits just so you realize, this is the only reason I'm suggesting to do that, is just so you realize that you are not alone. And that's not to say you're not unique. It's just you're not alone. Other people feel similar things to you. Other people do similar things to you. Other people react similarly to you. And it feels good to know that you're not alone and that it's normal to be the way you are. Because chances are people in your family, people in your close friends or friends growing up weren't exactly like you. And people, especially on the extroverted rate, who are the ones who really feed off people's energy, are always kind of like, why are you the way you are? And, blah, 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 and asking you questions and making you feel like, not them making you feel, but you feel then like, oh, is there something wrong with me? It's okay. If they question it, they want to know. It doesn't mean they want you to change. They're just trying to decipher, we're both different from each other. How do we see things in the world? And it's kind of interesting, So Marty says, yes. Yeah. Well, it's okay. It's okay to be under a rock. We all need to rock and roll sometimes. And it's totally okay. But I think really, truly the best way to get to know yourself is to trust what you feel and go inward. And I think this is why a lot of people avoid or have trouble meditating, is because they think they have to really be quiet and be good and be mindful and all these things. And when really all you need to do is just be with yourself in that moment. I haven't been able to really properly, in my mind, how I meditate. That's what I mean by properly meditate. I haven't been able to properly meditate for a while now, since, I found out about my sister's passing. And at first I'm like, well, it is what it is. And then after a couple of days, it's like, well, come on. But I have to honor that things have shifted and things are different. So when I have that meditative state and that quiet time, I'm honoring it. I'm thinking about things. I'm thinking about her. I'm thinking about, her family and, different things like that. And it's a process. I'm processing all of the emotions and thoughts that I don't seem to sit down and think about during the day, the busier time of the day. And it helps me to maybe try and sleep better, even though sleep isn't as good as it used to be either. But I think if I didn't meditate before bed and have that contemplative time. So I'm just learning to shift my perspective on that time, that quiet time, or meditation, if you want to call it that. What are you saying, Christina? I've been introverted during this pandemic, and it actually shocks me that I've been fine. This extrovert appears to be both. Better find that test. And that's great. You found a way to cope. You found a way to look at things from a more positive point of view, and it's perfect. And those tests, one thing about them is we're more complex than a test can really say, because I know I'm very introverted, and yet I know I have extroverted traits. And now, maybe not when I was younger, but now when I'm put in a situation where I don't really know anybody, and that awkward silence, and who here cannot stand awkward silence? It's almost physically painful to me to have a silence that just feels awkward. No one's talking. People aren't sure what to talk about and all this stuff. And when I'm in a situation like that, I will talk. I will ask a question. It's like I have this little bank filing cabinet in my head going, okay, what kind of general question can I ask to kind of get people talking? And then I become an extrovert. So it's different energy. It's a defense mechanism almost, and then there's other people who are naturally like that, naturally outgoing and this and that, and they may have a moment of introversion where they're like, oh, I was really off that day. I didn't want to say anything. And, I mean, we have to allow for who we are in the moment. Energy shifts and energy changes depending on our environment and depending on the people we are around and the energy that's there. And you have to know that you are a complex and dynamic soul and allow for these differences. And something I haven't even yet talked about is that as we age, we change. It's natural. Not comparing humans to flowers or anything, but you think of a flower, and planted in the dirt, and it grows, right? And it's a stalk. It has a bud. Bud bursts open, becomes flower. After a while, the petals start to disintegrate, and the seed pods and it's changing. It's always changing. It never stays the same. The thing is as we get older, as we get into our 40s and 50s and 60s, I'm not there yet, but I'll let you know. We notice more of those changes than when we were in our 20s and 30s. It seems like time picks up speed because me personally, it's just that you notice things more than when you're younger. At least that's my case anyways. So it really comes down to knowing you're going to change and not getting stuck and pigeonholing you into this thing that you're an IJFN or whatever it is. And it's okay to relate with those things, but don't get stuck in saying, this is who I am. I'm this label. The only label I have is my name and my title of what I do. All right. I'm Lorraine. I'm a mom. I'm a daughter. And I'm still a sister. And I'm a friend. And yes, I have introverted tendencies. That's more of, it's not who I am, it's how I interact with the world. So it feels more empowering that way, right? Hey, Shannon. I always like you and your green hearts. So you have, the thing is, when you put yourself into a label like that, you're excluding so many other possibilities, right? And I know I talk about introverts because it's just easier to let you know that that's kind of the road I'm going down. But I'm not saying that introverts are broken in any way. If anything, I want to scream from the rooftops that introverts, that is one of your superpowers. That is how you process things. That is how you live in the world. And there's so many different introverts out there. And empathic introverts, even more so, is you have that superpower of, your intuition and using it for good in your life, not just to help other people, but that gift and any gift that you have, no matter who you are and what personality you are, those gifts that you have, those are first and foremost for you. And when you can learn to utilize them, to understand them better, to realize they will shift and change as you shift and change, then you're giving yourself the biggest gift of understanding and observation. Never stop learning about yourself. Don't pigeonhole yourself into, oh, I'm an introvert, I'm an extrovert, I'm an empath. And that's that. There's always room to shift and change. There's always room for an empath to step back a little bit and put up a bit of a screen so you're not feeling everyone's energy like a fire hose coming at you, right? You see what I'm trying to say? It's not like an introvert is always like, oh, I can't go do that. I don't know how I'm going to put myself out in the world. Sometimes you just have to, and you find a way if you get out of your head and stop thinking that it's written in stone that you have to be a specific way. Shannon, sometimes you need to go inward with yourself to heal and rebirth. Absolutely. And I think no matter whether you identify with introversion or extroversion or whatever, we all need that. And that's the point I'm trying to get at with this whole thing, is the number one way to get to know yourself is to go inward. You can't find out who you are by doing a personality test. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of fun. Even, horoscopes and what sign are you and all that. It's interesting, and you'll see similarities, and it kind of allows you to identify that, yes, there's other people like that. If it's written down somewhere, there's more than 100 people who feel this way too. So you can feel inclusion. But the number one way for you to get to know yourself is to go inward. And by going inward, it's reflecting. And it doesn't always mean it's meditation. Inward is maybe journaling. Cringe, people don't like to journal, but sometimes writing things down, letting the pen flow, and just churning out the thoughts, describing the emotions you're feeling, writing it out in a way that that's just for your eyes, and you can burn it after if you want to. Yeah, right? Rock your own freak. That's what I do. Right on, you rock. Yeah, rock on. It's so true. For so many years, have envied people for just being themselves. No apologies needed. And I was always this people pleaser and trying to meld in with everyone else. And now I realize that's not a judgment. That's who I was. That's who I needed to be for those around me. And now that I'm aware of that, and I realize that that is not in my best interest to do that, then I'm learning more and more to be who I am. And if being who you are is to shift with the people that are around you, you rock that. You be that if you want. And that's how people like to sometimes blend in, because it just brings solidarity. And yet other people need to stand out from the crowd and stand up on that rock and go, hey, I'm a leader, follow me. We need followers. We can't all be leaders. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. It's like everyone in the kitchen trying to cook. Someone's got to chop the vegetables. We can't all be sitting there at the frying pan, right? What an analogy. So yeah. So going inward, other than meditating and inward reflecting, another way to go inward is when you can just think in the moment. I wonder why I'm feeling that way, whatever the circumstances. Just be curious. That's what I mean by going inward. We don't always have 30 minutes a day to meditate. Do it in the moment. Like, nobody needs to know what we're thinking. Nobody needs to know we're even thinking. That term, penny for your thoughts. It's like, well, come on, give me $100 now. Inflation, people. But you have the freedom to think thoughts and ask yourself questions all the time. Instead of pushing things away and focusing on, droning through your day, start thinking about things that trigger you or things that make you happy. Be a little more curious instead of just complacently walking along going, well, I guess that's me. I'm pigeonholed in the INFJ or whatever the heck it is. I still don't know. And just allow yourself to always be curious, because we are always shifting and changing. Sometimes that shift is so glacier slow. And other times there's circumstances that come up that that shake you up and make it happen for you, and they can be in the form of, tragic events, can be in the form of losing people, can be in the form of good things happening, windfalls. There's so many different ways that it can show up. I hope that makes sense for everybody. And now I'm just going to, on that note, talking about what you can do to get you to know yourself better. I'm going to pull a card from each one of these decks. I have the Keepers of the Light deck, and I have the Divine Energy Oracle deck. And I'm going to pull for the whole group, everyone watching on a replay. And if you also want a personal card pulled for you, just pop that in the comments and I will pull a card for you. All right. Let's start with Keepers of the Light. What do we need to know about what I was talking about today? Ooh. Interesting. Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Yeah, I just gave you the important lesson. Watch the replay. Divine order, right? We are all part of this great grand scheme. All right. And this card just tells me it's a confirmation that you are where you need to be. And if you don't like where you are, you have the power to change. And it doesn't have to happen overnight. It begins in your heart. You have to want to change. It continues to your head. You need to start shifting how you think. And then it continues to your feet to let you step forward each day, baby steps into the situation and or the person you want to be. All right. That's that. And then I'm going to pull a Divine Energy Oracle card. All right. Oh, it was Patrice saying that. I thought it was Shannon. I wonder if I said Shannon. I'm just looking now that my glasses were kind of askew there. Yeah, way to go, Patrice. I haven't talked to you for a while. Hope you're well. Christina, you're welcome for the reminder. Self-care is important. It totally is. Oh, and she's gone. Yeah, miss you too. All right. So this next card, and I'll get to everyone who wants a card. This one is just for the collective. Well, 3 cards came up. This is for everybody. Imagine solutions. Okay, that's how you start. You start imagining it. That brings the energy in. All right, just in things that you want to shift and change. And maybe the thing you want to shift and change is that I'm not broken. I'm fine the way I am. And I've got to stop letting people influence me into thinking there's something wrong with me. Bam. Be true to yourself. No explanation needed. Bam. And be decisive. Is that a hard yes or a hard no? Maybe it's a soft yes and a soft no. Those are fantastic cards. I think the cards speak for themselves, people. I can't say anything else about it. Bam, balam. There you have it. All right. Marnie, Divine Energy. Okay. Here we go. And I think what really helped me kind of be who I am is being here on these Wellness Wednesdays, interacting with you and letting us all just be who we are. And it's really helped me understand that I'm where I need to be. No matter what goes on in my life, I'm where I need to be. And Marnie's ready. Okay, here she is. I'm ready. All right, are you ready? Reassess. Ready, set, rethink. So something is going on in your life right now that you are questioning. And I think it's just shifting the energy. And to me, reassess is a shifting of energy. It's a shifting of a perspective. It's trading these glasses for different ones just to see that these ones are so scratched and dirty. Just see things from a different perspective. Reassess doesn't mean totally renovating things, but it's finding what is most important? What is the priority? And I think you know what that is, so I'm going to leave that. Hello, Andrea. You would like a light. All right. Flick, flick, flick. Oops, I just dropped the other cards. I'll be right back. There we go. Squeaky chair and all. Don't you hate it when this chair squeaks once and it sounds like you've just tooted or something, and then you're like, now I got to readjust so it makes that sound again so people don't think, and you can never emulate it again. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I'm a little weird that way. You're welcome, Marnie. You're welcome. Okay, so let me get back where I was. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Andrea. Come on, cards, speak to me. Thank you. Oh, my favorite. Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. It's like you're almost getting a little more freedom now to start thinking about how you want to move forward. And you are a powerful manifester, so harnessing Ganesh's energy to help you stay in alignment and to push out of the way the things that you don't need to confront. There you go. Sabrina, divine energy. Okay. I'm out of sync here. I'm out of practice. So, all right, here we go. Sabrina. Okay, too many cards. I'm going to pull the first one that came up. Laugh at your demons. Laugh at the things that tempt you or the things that are tripping you up and seemingly preventing you from the path forward. You're meant to look around you when it looks like the obstacles are pulling you back from that forward motion. That's a sign that look around. There's things to adjust from here, and to do it from a lighthearted way. When we do it from a lighthearted way, we see so much more, vibrationally speaking. When we're in a lower vibration and we're very tunnel visioned on all the crap around us, but when we are higher vibration and more able to see the lightness and the frivolity of even the shitty situations, that's when the vision can come through on how to move forward from that. I hope that made sense. I almost feel like I was in a trance there and I already forget what I said. Okay, Christina, divine energy. All right. Let's see here. Other comments. Oh, Shannon, you didn't hear which ones I'm doing. So whatever the universe calls to you. Okay, well, you have time. I got to put a few people ahead of you. I'm doing divine energy or keepers of the light. Don't burn the chicken. I don't know what you're eating. So, but hey, thanks for watching. Well, you're cooking dinner. It's fantastic. It smells so good. Okay. Christina Kitchens, I'm sure, that's a fantastic last name, especially at dinner time. I'm teasing. Okay, Christina. Okay. 2 cards for you, Christina. Raise your vibration. You might say, well, how do I do that? Just thinking about raising it starts to raise it, unless there's a block saying, oh, but I don't know how to raise it. How do I raise it? Why do I need to raise it? What do I raise it to? All of those questions kind of gets you back into ego, into, oh, what does this mean? But if you just allow it, and in my world, another word for allow is trust. Trust it. Trust that by just knowing you need to raise your vibration, you begin to raise it. And that's going to help you stay in alignment with who you are and the path you need to move forward. And trust the divine plan. So there you have it. When you do this and this, you are in alignment with where you need to be. Mic drop. All right. Going back up. Ooh, what's this? Korean beef tacos, spicy Korean beef tacos. Yummy, yummy. Okay, I'll get to you in a moment. Okay, hi Judy. Let me know if you want Keepers of the Light or so light or divine energy. Go back to comments here, see who I have. And Renee, hi Renee. You want a light card? Keepers of the Light it is. I'm just going to stop and have a quick sip of water. Good old water. All right, for Renee. Beautiful. What's with the two cards? You get two cards as well. Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Beautiful energy. Your guides are definitely in communication with you. I'm wondering if you've been having interesting dreams. And maybe before you go to sleep, to invite your guides in, because they either just have given you a light activation or you're ready to receive one. And it doesn't take any preparation other than to be open, to trust, and to allow. And then the Miriam, sacred vision, choose to forgive in order to heal, see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Beautiful. So in those difficult times, or witnessing those difficult times that others around you, loved ones, are having, you sending love instead of maybe worry or trying to come up with a solution for them, you just oozing love to them will give them all the support that they need. All right, there you go. Chair incidents. I'm trying to think back to what I was talking about. Chair incidents. I'm blanking. Do you want a card, Sabrina? You didn't. Did you write down that you wanted a card? Oh, you did. I gave you one already, didn't I? Okay, I'm losing it, you guys. Never mind me. Never mind. Is it pink quartz water? Yeah, I was thinking of, no, it's not. That was so good. I'm going to have to do that on a more regular basis. In our monthly membership, yesterday was our master class, and it was all about rose quartz. So we were drinking rose quartz out of glasses, and I used wine glasses. So it was my rosé. It was actually really good. I enjoyed that. Okay. Amazing dreams. Okay, good. Awesome. I'm so glad it made sense for you. Yay. Good, good. All right. So, Christina, awesome. Love the mic drop too. So thankful for you and the beauty you are. Oh, thank you. Yes. All right. Okay. So Sabrina, that was perfect. Makes so much sense. I needed that reminder. No matter what's going on around me, I'm still in control. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. I remember your cards now. You know, and it's okay. Sometimes we're not meant to remember things. And I used to kind of not beat myself up, but I used to kind of judge myself for, after having said something or given a reading that I don't remember it, or later people go, oh, remember that reading you did for me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, actually, no. And then I'm like, that's okay that I don't remember it. If I had to retain all that information, I would need a head this big. And it's also, maybe it's for, for personal privacy for the person too, that I don't need to keep that information. That's for them. So poof, go ahead, clear the slate so more can come through. Okay, moving on. There's Judy. A light card. Okay, Keepers of the Light, Kyle Gray, one of my favorite guys in the angel industry. Oh, this one wants to come. Mother Mary, love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Just tuning into the beautiful, unconditional love and quiet strength of this card and of this keeper of the light, Mother Mary. Really bringing this beautiful energy of compassion and serenity that you need in your life right now. No explanation needed. Just envelop it. Breathe it in. Take it in deep into your lungs, deep into your heart center, and let it begin with you. Let peace begin with you. I think there's a song from Unity Church or something. Let peace begin with me. I can't even remember. That's like another lifetime ago. But I hope that makes sense for you, Judy, to just embrace it and embody it. Let it soften any of the struggles or issues that might be presenting themselves now or in the future. It can soften. And when it can soften, it'll allow you to find that beautiful solution within. There you go. All right. Renee, maybe. Oh, yeah, it was good. Hey, rose quartz water. No hangover. The squeak, the chair. Oh, yeah, right. The chair squeak. Oh, with all that's been going on, you can certainly be forgetful. Yes, for sure. But yeah, and my elbow just did it a little while ago too, so I was trying to make it do it again. You missed it. What did you miss? Oh, the master class. Yeah. The replay is up. I haven't emailed everyone in the membership, but it's up right now, so you can check it out anytime you want. Hello there, Purple Heart Paula Marie. You can ask for a card if you want, divine or light. And you're welcome, Judy. I hope that makes sense for you. All right. I'll put the banner up. So if you want a card, Paula. Oh, I had it up already. Gee, I think I was new, hey? And I think I got to everybody. And I'm just waiting to see. Oh, there she is. Hello and light, please. You betcha. There you go. You've been displaying some beautiful artwork. I've noticed. So gorgeous. You're definitely in the creative flow. Oh, interesting. 3 cards for you. I just might as well read the whole deck, right? Lady Nada, heart awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. This to me feels like your artwork, how you are so creative and the energy you put into it is definitely bringing healing energy to those who acquire your artwork. And through doing that work, just the act of you doing it, it is heart opening for you. It's expanding, it's up leveling your heart to a new level that you've not been to yet. So it's expansion for you. And then Joan of Arc, the voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. This is a true mic drop moment right here. Don't apologize for your light, is what's coming to me. There may be, people who don't agree with what you do, or they criticize you or whatever. That's one voice in a choir of thousands who are in your favor, in your corner. And then Lord Shiva, transcendence. Woo, this is good reading. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. So beautiful, beautiful reading for you, Paula. This is really showing that you are in the right realm, and there is more than meets the eye. So allow yourself to be inward with your flow. Let it flow within you first. You get to enjoy it first. And then when it's time and it's ready, it will burst forth for the rest of the world. There you go. You have no idea how big these cards are for me, Jonah. Oh, good. Her energy is here just for you. Yeah. Wow is right. Could I get these words from you? You're gonna have to watch the replay because bloop, they're gone. But yeah, here I'll show them to you again. It's not clear. Lady Nada, awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Joan of Arc, voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. And Lord Shiva, transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. There you go. You are welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you were here. So, thank you everybody for being here, and I appreciate all of you for just having patience with me. And if you're not part of the empathic soul, I changed the name of my group, and I keep wanting to say the path of soulful living, but it's embracing your empathic nature, or whatever I've called it. If you're not part of my private group, you should join us there, because we do more stuff over there now, or we will be anyways. And it's just a great place to connect with like-minded people. So never mind whether you're introvert or extrovert or empath or not. It's a great place to hang out with people who really allow you to be who you are. We're allowed to have a low day. We're allowed to have a fantastic day and not feel guilty because someone else is having a bad day. All right. If you're having a good day, I want you to celebrate it in the group. I don't want you to go, oh, well, what if someone's having a bad day? I don't want them to feel worse. That's their journey, right? That's their journey. Cyber hugs to all. Yes. And you are very welcome. Okay, everybody, have a fantastic Wednesday and week, and we will see you next week. Take care. Bye.